But do all organisms have same number of cells, or do organisms vary in the number of cells? Because the diversity on this planet are so big that they are having different size elephant and rat, they are all vary in number. So based on number of cells, there are two types, unicellular and multicellular. Unicellular organisms are with only one cell. Their entire body is made up of only one cell. Organisms that are made up of only one cell are called as unicellular organisms. Single cell is their entire body. Example is amoeba, paramecium, and this chlamydomonas and some other bacteria. These are all the examples of unicellular organisms where a single cell is their entire body. So they are very tiny, and a single cell is sufficient to make their life possible. So they are unicellular, and examples are amoeba, paramecium, and then this chlamydomonas. Chlamydomonas is an algae, and apart from that, there are some bacteria who are also example for this. And coming to the multicellular organisms, these organisms are having the many number of cells. Many cells grouped together in a single body. These cells perform different functions in the body. Example is human, animals, fungi, and plants. They are all made up of many number of cells. So these cells, when they are many in number, each cell in our body, they are having a different function. If a cell is present in our heart, it helps in pumping the blood. If the cell is present in our eye, it helps in seeing the things. If a cell is present in our digestive system, it helps in digestion. So based on its location, it has a function, defined function for it. And coming to, do all these cells look alike in terms of shape and size? So cells, they do not look alike, they have various shapes. In human organism, if you see, there are some set of cells like this. There is a muscle cell, blood cell, nerve cell, fat cell, bone cell, sperm, and ovum. These are all varying in their shape. But why do they have to vary in their shape? They have to vary in their shape because of their function. Like suppose if we say muscle, there is a muscle cell. Muscle cell is spindle in shape. When we say spindle, it means that it is having pointed ends on the either side. So these muscles, they are helping in the movement. Suppose you have to move from one place to other place, or you want to move your hands like this. So you want to do contraction and relaxation. So this contraction and relaxation of the muscle is helping in the movement. So these muscle cells are helping. They are helping in this contraction and relaxation of muscle. So they are helping in the movement. So blood is the blood cell. They are spherical because they are transporting the nutrients and oxygen in our body. A nerve cell, they are very long, extremely long, because they have to conduct the information. In our body, whatever we are sensing, whatever we are sensing, it is conveyed to our brain. So whatever is we are sensing, it is sent to our brain. So this is like a wire. If you see the electric wire, it is very thin and long. Same way to conduct the information. This is also conducting the information in our body. So it is very thin and long. So based on their function, they vary in their shape. These cells, they vary in their shape because of their function. And coming to the size, there are cells which are huge as this much, and there are cells which are very, very tiny that you cannot even see with the normal microscope. You need electron specified microscopes to observe this. The largest cell is ostrich egg. So the eggs are one cell. Each one egg is one cell. So the largest egg on this planet is ostrich egg. And there is a smallest cell. The smallest cell is mycoplasma. Mycoplasma is a bacteria. So cells vary in their shape, cells vary in their number, cells vary in their shape and size. So we are going to study about these cells in our next class.